back to my channel. So today I have this wonderful beef recipe for you guys, which is the beef roast. This recipe is suited for all occasions in Goa, no matter it be birthdays, weddings or anything. This dish will always be there. So if you guys would like to know on to how to make this delicious and tasty recipe, continue watching. These are all the ingredients that you will require to prepare the beef roast. So here I have about 1.5 kg of beef roast. Then for the masala, we would require about 12 cloves. We would need about half a teaspoon of cumin. We would also require some turmeric powder, about 10 to 12 peppercorns. I would also need 1.5 inch of cinnamon stick, about 12 to 15 cloves of garlic. We would also need about 3 to 4 dried red chillies and about 1.5 inch of ginger. We would have to grind all this masala with the vinegar. So if you have Goan toddy vinegar, it's well and perfect, but if you don't, then you can just use the white vinegar or you can use the malt vinegar as well. We would require about 1/3 cup of vinegar here. Make sure that you grind this masalas with vinegar only and do not use any water. Then we would need some salt for seasoning, about 2 medium-sized onions, and also some oil as well. So now the next step is to grind all the masalas into a very fine paste. You have to use all of these masalas apart from the dried red chilies. So I've just ground the masala. This is how the consistency has to look like. I've just had to use about 1/3 cup of vinegar. And if you can see here, I'm also keeping this water. This is about half a cup of water. So do not, make sure that you just put the water in the mixer and do not throw this water out. You will need this eventually. And we would need to take a fork now and just poke the beef in this way, because it's going to help the beef to marinate well with the masala. And I'm also going to add some salt as well for seasoning at this stage. So make sure that you do this first and then add the salt and the masala. And then once you add the masala, you need to let it rest for about 1 hour, at least 1 hour. If you leave it for more than that, then it's well and fine, but if not, try to at least keep it for 1 hour. So here you can see that I've marinated the beef with the masala and the salt. So I'm going to keep it for resting for 2 hours here. But as I mentioned to you earlier, the minimum requirement is for marinating it at least for 1 hour. So now my beef has been marinating for about 2 hours. So the next step is just to heat a utensil, add some oil in it. I've added about 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil, and now we have to put the beef in it slowly, one by one. So now we have to add the onions. Just put it on the top. Add all of them. And then once you add the onions, then we will have to add the chilies as well. So just make sure that you break the chilies before you add it. Then we'll have to give it a nice mix. It's been about 2 to 3 minutes now after I added the onions and everything. Now we have to add the water. If you remember, this is the water which we kept aside. So we need to add that water at this stage. Do not mix it, just leave it the way it is and close the lid and let it cook for about 20 to 30 minutes, but do check in the between, and remember that it should be on a medium to a low flame. So my beef has been cooking for about 15 minutes now. So now I have to turn the beef on the other side so that it cooks equally on all the sides. Just make sure that you turn it slowly because it's really hot. So just turn it on the other side and then let it cook for another 15 minutes till it's nice and soft. Now the beef has been cooking for another 25 minutes. You can see that it's become nice and soft and it looks really tender as well. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut each of the beef pieces into slices. So now we need to cut the beef. Do not cut it really thick, just cut it like this. I would say, if you can see, it's not that fine as well. So cut all of them. make sure that you take a nice sharp knife as well. So in the similar way, I'm going to cut the rest of the beef also. The reason why I'm cutting the beef is because the curry that we have, which is the mild gravy, once you cut it and you mix it, these pieces are gonna absorb the juices nicely, and it's gonna give it a more nicer taste, I would say. So yeah, in the similar way, just cut all of them. So here you can see that we have the nice and very tasty gravy as well. So now here you can see that I've cut all the beef, and what we'll have to do now is just add all of the beef pieces in the gravy and leave it for another 10 minutes. The reason why we do this is for the gravy to thicken a little bit more, and so that the gravy is absorbed nicely with the meat as well. So now you can see that I've mixed the beef really good with the gravy, and I'm going to leave it for another 10 minutes. Make sure that you leave the lid open when you're doing this step, and do not close the lid. So here you can see that the beef roast is finally ready. I'm just gonna plate it for you guys now. So there you go guys, I've just plated the beef roast for you. It looks so delicious, and it looks so tempting and juicy as well. I'm sure that you guys are gonna love this recipe too. So please do prepare it and share it with your friends and family, and also with your near and dear ones. So if you have liked this video, please do not forget to give it a big like, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet, please do subscribe. So until the next video, ciao, and thank you for watching.